Someone's been here since I was last here. These weren't here last time either. Beaver's been in again. He savaged it with a wood bit. It's really, really dodgy work. What a day. We're a bit snookered. Welcome back to another episode of Artisan Electrics. Today I'm back at an EICR I started about a month ago. The client got let down by some builders. They walked off the site when it weren't finished and he was worried about the state of the electrics. He got another contractor in to carry out an EICR and he only found one thing wrong. On the day I was here, I found 4 C1s that I had to rectify while I was here and a lot of C2s. So this is day 2 of the EICR. I'll try and talk you through what I found and hopefully we find something interesting to show you today. Oh, look at that. I'm going to take those down. You can see that light sealed in as well. You just know every trade hates me. So where are the drivers for these, I wonder? But when they go wrong, how are you supposed to fix it? 10. What's even more amazing is I can change the colour. It's pretty swish, isn't it? Connections look good. Yeah, it's good. Good condition. God, 4 rooms. Have a word. Might have a glass of juice. Do you want a glass of juice? Remember in the last video, I asked what this blue tack was for. Don't know if any of you guessed it right, but it's for this. Taking out the little caps. There's such a nightmare on an EICR, especially on new builds. They're everywhere. And that's what I use it for. You can get a Stanley knife in there and pick it out, but yeah, that's what it's there for. Oh, outside sockets. This one. It's an outside sockets. So I done a R1, R2 on the socket out there. I was getting a reading of 1.31. Just done a ZS test, and this is the reading I got. So it shows that when you're doing your calculations, it doesn't always work out in the real world. You're measuring resistance on one and impedance on the other. There's an argument to say you shouldn't ever calculate your ZS value. I do on some circuits if it's too difficult or unsafe, if I'm up a set of steps or I'm working on my own and it's not really practical, or I've got to leave a fuse board exposed and there's kids running around. I'd rather have the board off and link it out and do it that way because I find it safer. But let me know what you think. Drain hole's been drilled. They've siliconed up the fixings and the cables coming in. I think on sites like this, some of it's done by a competent electrician and then they let labourers and stuff like that throw in cables and they only get the electricians in for the second fix. Oh, it's so lovely. I think it's the underfloor heating. I've got the underfloor heating circuit off. Oh, see, this is where I need Ruben. You can just call the boy. He's young and fit. So this is what I found on the EICR the other day. So this is the side of the aircon unit. It's all completely missing. You've got this mess of cables here. It's just a bit ropey. I mean, I tried to stick a little bit of insulation tape over the terminals there just to make it slightly safer, but there's no panel here. I really don't know what to code it as and what I would do with it, to be honest. Do I just leave it isolated? Let me know what you guys would do. What a day. Oh, it's not even turned on. Oh, my head. Oh. We're steadily working our way through the board. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 circuits left. They've all been identified. Most of the information has been filled out on them. So it's just a case of getting the points and the readings now. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. Also, they're all radials because I've done all of the ring mains last time I was here and they're the more time consuming circuits. So let's see if we find anything interesting. This switch here was one of the ones that had no earth on the Wonderly check I done. I can't remember the voltage, it was a while ago. So I'll check this and see if it's a loose connection, it's just not connected to the faceplate, or whether there's a break in the cable somewhere. If I can get it off. I'm definitely gonna have arthritis when I'm older. I've got it linked out of the consumer unit and I've just tested every individual one at the base of where the sleeving is, because one of them is the incoming, just in case one of them was biting down on the insulation or something in the terminal. This one popped out. I'm getting no reading whatsoever. So that's going to require some investigation, but as it's a new build and judging by the rest of it, I'm not sure where the cables run. If you look in there, the box has just kind of been chewed out. There's a Wago connector in the back there, lever connector, and I think it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to find. We're on the second floor now, so getting a cable in a finished property like this, if you look at the flooring and the walls, everything is such a beautiful standard. Trying to get a cable up here would be a nightmare as well. We're a bit snookered. Chewed out the wood. That landed on the beam, so they've just absolutely savaged it with a wood bit to let the downlight fit in. I wouldn't trust a floating toilet. I feel like I'd just break it off the wall. So we're looking here, they've used black as neutral. So we're supposed to be deneutralising the black ever since the colours changed. If you're going to use any core, it should be the grey, it should be sleeve blue. And you never know if this should be sleeve brown. The black's in there, this interconnecting cable. But this will be noted down as a C3 for using the wrong core. And there's nothing really interesting to say about this, except it does say best for bedroom. It's in the hall, it's close enough, isn't it? That's not very clever, is it? So this circuit isn't earthed. Well, this section isn't earthed. So when I'm carrying out a wonder lead test, I was just doing that to get a known earth rather than setting up my wonder lead again. But as I go to test it, there's enough of a voltage leak in here for it to upset the RCD and take it out. And when you consider that the whole, how many circuits, there's at least 10 circuits covered by that RCD, so it's quite an inconvenience for the customer. It does the whole corridor lighting circuit, it does the living room, there's 30 points on it, and where the break's going to be, I don't know, because the fuse board's there and it feeds circuits that way and this way. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare fault find. So they seem to be feeding the switches. So maybe an earth's popped out of one of the switches. Quite a few earth cables at this chewed box disappearing back here. I wonder if one of them's popped out. The old beaver's been in again. Look at the state of the wood there. So all it's going to take is for one of them to pop out and we've lost our continuity. Do I start stripping this down and trying to find it? Or do you say that's just a remedial, do away with it? I mean, it's in an unsafe condition. I don't know what your thoughts are on it. I'll just leave it off for now. I'll take a picture of that. At least I know where I would be starting on my fault finding. Have you seen any AC units outside? Where do you think the actual units are? There's the AC unit. It might be a bit of a challenge to get to. I think I'll have to put that down as a limitation. Can't really work on a flat roof. I don't know if it's safe to walk on. These ain't automatic curtains, are they? I don't know the structural integrity of that roof, and I haven't really got a risk assessment for going out on a flat roof with no handrails or anything like that, or climbing out of windows. I'm going to put that down as a limitation and then discuss with the client about when we return to do remedials, inspecting that, whether we can walk on that roof safely or perhaps get some kind of access up there, because the last thing I want to do is tumble off a roof. The outside lights are still on. I don't know what this circuit's for. I just can't think what it would be. It says timer lights, but we've found every light so far in the property, unless it's future works, because there's a coiled up cable here. I don't know if that's the CCTV, mind you, there's CCTV there, and there's another 2 coiled up cables at the front of the house as well. It doesn't seem to be blowing anymore. Is that one blowing? Ooh, they weren't on before. Were they? Ah, like little, what do you think, like little bedtime lights to find your way up and down the stairs. And one on the wall. I wonder how you take them apart. I might end up blowing this up. And he's come off then. What's on the end of this cable? Ah, away it goes, shoved in the wall. I can't tell if that's metal because I'm wearing gloves. Oh, blind now, I look directly into it. So the connections aren't ideal, these should be enclosed. You get chop boxes, Wago box, whatever it may be, to be a bit more suitable rather than just shoved in the back of a wall like this. But now I've identified that circuit, I'm going to go link it out and get my R1, R2 from here and here. Just got our last circuit to do, which is the garage. However, the client has asked us not to film in there, so you won't be following me in there. And then we can check back and have a look at some of the other faults I found on the previous day. Someone's been here since I was last here. That RCD's not the same. In fact, I have a picture of the fuse board. I'm sure that is wrong. Don't remember these cables being in the board. So it's AC type RCD fitted, controlling far too many circuits. So I made an observation because this RCD used to be an AC RCD. I haven't got a picture of it, unfortunately. So someone's been in doing work, which is a bit worrying because the state of the electrics in here when I got here, I think I need to speak to the client really, see what's going on. Yeah, these weren't here last time either. Timer lights, AC. Yeah, so the last time I was here, this RCD kept tripping out intermittently. They appear to have changed it to a Type A RCD in the meantime. And another spark or someone has been here because they've relabeled the board as well. And there appears to be some different cabling in here. Some of the observations were sort of being made was the not really suitable MET. The tails are undersized. One of these bonding wires is actually jointed under the floor. The gas bond is not where the gas enters the property, it's over in the immersion cupboard. This buzz bar is just covered in tape. The whole board is not really suitable and fit for purpose. These are rated at 80 amps and 30 milliamps. With the amount of electronics in here, this will be close to its limit and nuisance tripping will occur. And it's the same down here. It's not really fit for purpose. That's also the wrong type of buzz bar for it. And you can just generally see it's not in a great condition considering it was newly installed. There's no earth in any of these lighting circuits, and there's a lot of class 1 fittings. There's cables hanging out the ceiling. I was there on the timer. The noise that made. This is one of the things I picked up. There was imagine a mirror supposed to go here. So I just enclosed the connections. It's still in a C2 condition, but it's better than being a C1. What do you reckon? Connects up really well and professionally, or dog's dinner? Oh, look. It's pretty decent. I mean, pretty sure, is that supposed to be connected? Why is it taped up? Yeah, so there's no earth on it. There might have been an earth screw there, or that was supposed to be tagged onto it. So they obviously wanted a downlight in this place, so they've just absolutely massacred this joist or bit of batten above, and just to make it fit, it's really, really dodgy work. Room 2. Max, you pick one this time. What do you reckon?
The last one.
That one up there. I could be really lucky and take down the ones that the conscientious builder installed. It's really important to set your sampling rate with the client. At least the connections are good. There's no massive bits of wood chopped out this time either. I can't get a reading because of a proper reading because it's going through a dimmer switch, but I'm actually getting no reading whatsoever here. I'm going to take the switch off and see if there's anything down there. It's not going to work. Come on, give me the length. Oh no. Hey, we've got a reading. So I wasn't getting a reading up there because it's tracking through the resistor in there. It's a soft start modern dimmer. So normally you can get some kind of reading for it, but nothing was coming through up there. So we're all earthed. I had done a wonder lead check in here as well around all of the class 1 equipment. It's the first thing I'd done, and some of them have no earth, and it was causing the RCD to trip. It was quite inconvenient for the client because every time I touch something metal, it'd beep and take the RCD out. But this is just to get my R1, R2 readings. I'm just doing one circuit at a time, taking it out, and then doing my insulation resistance on each circuit because there's just so much sensitive equipment here. I can't really do a global IR and get any kind of meaningful reading. That's why the van's looking in a sorry state. If I put cold water on it, it's going to make that crack go flying across it, isn't it? And I hit a magpie as well. I mean, how much bad luck is that? It's one for sorrow, two for joy. What about hitting it with a van? It was smashed into the steps on the top. That's me done for today. Just got a bit of paperwork and just a few more little inspections to do. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.